Welcome back to Legends on Wheels, where every car tells a story. Today, we're diving into one of the most unexpected legends of them. All a car that looked like your accountant drove it, but secretly had the heart of a gangster. This is the story of the 1984 Volvo 760 GLE, the sleeper from Sweden. Imagine you're walking down a quiet European street in the 1980s. A big, boxy sedan glides by. Square edges, chrome trim, and a calm, sensible aura. You wouldn't give it a second glance. It's just a Volvo, right? Safe, boring, built for people who drink coffee out of thermos flasks. But what if I told you this boring car could hang with BMWs, outlast Mercedes, and quietly became a favorite among European businessmen, and even a few underground figures who didn't like attention? The 1984 Volvo 760 GLE was a wolf in the world's most rectangular sheep's clothing. Volvo was known for making cars that could survive anything: snow, crashes, bad roads, you name it. But the 760 was different. It wasn't just tough, it was refined. This was Sweden's bold move to enter the luxury market and challenge the Germans at their own game. Under the hood, the 760 GLE came with a 2.8-liter PRV V6 engine, a collaboration between Peugeot, Renault, and Volvo. It wasn't screamingly fast, but it was smooth, powerful, and quiet. The kind of power you didn't brag about, but always had when you needed it. Later models even got a turbocharged inline four that gave it a surprising punch. It wasn't built to drag race. It was built to cruise effortlessly at 200 km/h on the Autobahn, all while keeping the passengers wrapped in Swedish calm. Inside, it was pure sophistication. Plush leather seats, real wood trim, and a level of comfort you'd expect in a Mercedes S-Class, not a Volvo. The dashboard was clean, practical, and beautifully crafted. The 760 made you feel like you were in command of something serious. Not flashy, not loud, but powerful in a quiet way. It was the kind of car that said, "I don't need to show off. I already have what I want." But what made the 760 GLE truly legendary was its reputation for survival. These cars were tanks. Not literally, but close enough. They were engineered to handle the harshest Scandinavian winters and brutal long-distance drives. They'd start in -30 degrees and still get you home in one piece. That's why the 760 earned its nickname, the sleeper from Sweden. It didn't scream luxury. It didn't roar speed. It just quietly did its job, better than most cars on the road. And here's where the story gets interesting. Because of its understated looks and rock-solid reliability, the Volvo 760 started showing up in some unexpected circles. European businessmen loved it, for the same reason some less legal types did. It didn't draw attention. In a world where gangsters were riding flashy Mercedes and BMWs, the ones who wanted to stay invisible went with the Volvo. It was the perfect getaway car for someone who didn't want anyone to remember seeing it. In the US, it found a different kind of fame. People called it the Swedish brick, boxy, solid, and surprisingly quick when tuned. Car magazines praised it for its mix of comfort, safety, and performance. Even though it didn't sell in huge numbers, those who bought one swore by it. They knew this car wasn't for everyone. It was for the people who appreciated intelligence over flash. Volvo's marketing leaned into this reputation too. Their slogan wasn't about speed or style. It was about confidence. They proudly said things like, "A car for people who think." And it worked. The 760 helped Volvo redefine itself from a maker of safe family cars to a symbol of quiet power and intelligence. It paved the way for modern Volvos like the S90 and XC90, cars that combine elegance with strength. If you look at the 760 GLE today, it still turns heads. Not because it's flashy, but because it's so unapologetically square, so different from everything else. It's a time capsule of the 1980s. A mix of cold Scandinavian logic and warm luxury. Restored examples are now collector favorites. People have started realizing just how important this car was, not only for Volvo, but for the entire luxury sedan world. And if you ever drive one, you'll understand why. It's not just a car, it's a statement. A reminder that true class doesn't need to shout. It just needs to last. The 1984 Volvo 760 GLE didn't chase attention. It earned respect, and that's why, even decades later, it's still remembered as the sleeper that quietly conquered the road. If you enjoyed this story of understated power, make sure to leave a like and tell me in the comments. What other underrated classics should we cover next? And don't forget to subscribe to Legends on Wheels for more stories about the cars that defined their eras. From mob rides to masterpieces of design. Until next time, drive safe, stay classy, and keep the legends rolling.